Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final race of the MRL Challenger season here at Las Vegas. I am very excited for this event because not only is it the Final Four race, but it is also the epitome of what all these drivers have been looking forward to the entire season long. 14 races have come and gone, and now here we are. Four remain in this championship event. Now, keep in mind, we have 18 drivers currently on docket. I'm not counting myself here. So, we have 18 drivers on docket, but only four will have a chance at the championship. But anyone can win. You don't have to win in order to get the title here. Much like modern NASCAR, it is the top finisher of these final four. And speaking of, we have Always Eric as our first driver. His name has come up in victory lane 3 different times, as well as having a few on-track incidents. Definitely he's made a name for himself out there, so he has to watch out because the final race could be where tempers fly and redemptions are made. But he has had the most wins out of anyone in the field with three on dock. He was able to win his way into the Final Four by his win at Kentucky. Moving on down the list here, we also have Bassbuck is next. He is our regular season champion. Very consistent, has finished outside of the top 10 only once so far this season. And so, because of that, he is one of the favorites to win here. Can he do it? I don't know. Cyber is our championship runner-up by only 5 points. He has been incredibly consistent. He said himself that he has not been on top form this season, but he does have a win in that win column here, that tick in the win column, as well as having 10 top tens. Again, he says it himself. He's not had the best of seasons here, but with a 7.7 average finish, he's definitely looking forward to getting title number one here in Challenger. He's finished in the top four all three previous seasons, but has yet to get that title. And now, last on the list, we have Sauce. This is his first full-time entry into this season, and he has made a name for himself. Been grinding his way up through the regular season, and now here we are. Him being on pole, not only will he be leading the field to green, but he will be leading the championship four. So, hypothetically, if the race would end after lap one, he would be our champion. So, with that, we're going to send it on off. We're going to let the guys know. Lobby going at Challenger. There we go. So, with that, we have 20 more seconds left until we are rolling here. And so, because of that, I would just like to thank each and every one of you guys for coming on out and supporting the league as well as this series. These guys here have been absolutely phenomenal all season long, and because of that, we have a lot to be thankful for. Taking time out of their days in order to come and race with us here. We have 17. Looks like one person ended up leaving. I think that was UK. So we'll have 17 drivers with us tonight, and because of that, it's going to be a lot of fun. So again, thank you all so much for being here, watching, for racing, and just in general. It means a lot, guys. So thank you. With that, looks like UK is actually in here, so never mind. Someone else must have left. Not sure who that was, but either way, we do have a few drivers here. Going to be making a front row start. Of course, we already went through Cyber as another one of those drivers. He's going to be P2. P3 is going to be Chapman. P4 is going to be Coyote. But P5 is going to be Always Eric. P6 is going to be Fireslayer. So this top few rows are going to be looking pretty swanky here. Don't judge me on how I say my phrases, but joining me in the IRL or in-race streamers is, of course, Sauce as well as Bassbuck. So these drivers here are going to be a great help because they're both championship contenders. And just like that, we're already off to the races with a great start goes Sauce, already taking the bottom side here. Las Vegas is actually one of these tracks that is very, very fun to race on. However, in the Xfinity cars, you may be noticing a lot of distinct line movement. That is because Las Vegas is actually one of the few tracks you can actually run the top or the bottom. You can actually see Sauce choosing to go for the top right there. You can put Cyber as well, making a dent already on that lead right here. So let's actually take a look from the front to back cam. There is UK right here in the back in that number 98, and just look at the drivers. Everyone's going everywhere. People going 3 wide in the middle back there, and that is exactly how people like it here at Vegas. Vegas is one of the most racy tracks in the game, and that is honestly, for me, one of my favorite tracks to actually run here. Ooh, as we saw a little bit of lag on the 22, everyone was able to keep it in store, as I think we see some people spinning already. We do, the 43 as well as the 38. Will that be a caution? I do not think so, unfortunately for them. Getting all out of sorts goes the 22 and the 98, so unfortunately for that, causing a collision right there. I have to. Hamilton has yet to have a good race here in recent weeks, so he definitely needs to. Oh my goodness! Pray to someone up above the racing gods, because he has yet to have a good run as of late. But unfortunately for both him and Bushfan, the race is yet to continue. We have a lot of racing here tonight. 100 laps in grand total here. And just kind of cycling on through the field, you can already see that the top spot for the race is now belonging to Chapman. He's not in the Final Four, as previously mentioned, but he will be going under fire from one of our Championship 4. That is the 11 of Always Eric, starting in P5, and he is looking to take that lead right here. He made a bold claim last week by saying that he was going to pull away from the rest of the field by the end of stage 1. So far, he is fighting for that position right here. I don't know if it'll be particularly true in order for that to happen here in this race, because of how competitive this entire series is. But I mean, hey, you know what? He's looking to have a strong start here early on this run. In fact, 3 of the Championship 4 all within a single line. Chapman down low as well. The 9 getting a little bit touchy with the 90 up top. So definitely those guys, ooh, definitely. I just saw it from his POV right there. Very, very close between those two. But yeah, Always Eric turning out to have a very strong start here early in this run. Will he be able to replicate it? I'm not quite sure. Coyote, one of the drivers that got eliminated here in round of 6 just last week at not Canadian time. Apologies about that. Just last week, he was able to very, very narrowly at Texas. That's what I mean. That's the name of the track I was looking for the entire time. At Texas. Just not the best of runs, and then getting walled on the front stretch. The 51 was unable to make the Final Four, but here he is, here to try and get a little redemption here. The 0 is going to kind of grind up the track a little bit. The 18 is going to go 3 wide. The 18 of Bass, one of the Championship 4, trying to make his way up through the field. Not the best starting positions, but he is looking to try and make up for that here in this race. But yeah, that is exactly what I'm talking about here. Very, very strong start for all of our Championship 4. Oh, I think the 51 just hit the wall. Oh, I think he did, and that's going to allow the 18 to go on by. Oh, and we have the 93 that's down low early in the back stretch right there. He's going to be able to rejoin the middle 3 and 4. Oh my goodness, what the heck happened back there? That is one thing I want to point out, is that as the tires start burning here later on in the run, you will be getting looser and looser. That is why you want to run a little bit tighter than you normally would. These guys will be very, very loose by the end of the run here. As we see, a little bit of a top 5 streak right here. Pardon me about that. We have Fire Slayer being the caboose on this train right here. Fire Slayer, again, again eliminated from the round of 8, but that is a step up from where he finished last season. Last season, he was not even able to make it into the final or into the championship playoffs at all. So, Fire Slayer getting eliminated in the round of 8, definitely a good step forward here this season, though. So the 44 definitely looking forward here as the 9, a little bit of movement here. The 9 is going to be looking down low on the 11. However, that door was slammed shut, and you can see that momentum loss just all the way back right here. The 9 losing all of that spot, and now the 90 trying to move up top and over. Not quite able to make it work. He will be able to get in between the 9 and the 1, though. Remember, though, these guys are championship contenders. In fact, let's go on board with Bassbug here for a hot second, because he is under fire from the 74 of B-Comp. B-Comp here is another strong contender here in this run, or in this race, I should say. Proven to be very, very strong on the intermediate tracks, and just a very strong racer in general. Has just not have the luck that he needed. The 74, by virtue of Sauce winning last week, was kicked out of the playoffs, of the Final Four, and has to settle for, at most, P5 in the championship. Right behind him is Just Ken in the 0. The 74 is trying to get in line here. This is where the point in the run where the top side is going to start making its way. It's actually one of the weird tracks that actually really work out in terms of... the 22 spins in the background right there. Everyone trying to avoid, and everyone does, but the 22 plowed the outside wall coming off of turn 4, and by virtue of that, everyone was able to avoid. Very, very close call from everyone right there. But yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. People getting tight, people getting loose. That is turn 4. We were talking about turn 2 just a little bit earlier, by people getting loose as the run goes on. Turn 4, people will get tight. That wall, in fact, as we go on board with whoever's going to be getting there sooner rather than later. There we go. Right where they just passed, that wall quickly turns into the front stretch. So definitely, you want to really watch on out where everyone is going to be. In fact, right here, we're going to be following the 9 of Sauce. It's turning, and all of a sudden, front stretch. That turn 4 wall would absolutely jump out at you. So these guys really need to watch out here, trying to move forward, and definitely watch and put their cars on the razor's edge right here. We have 8 laps to go in this stage, I do believe. So as we come on through the end of stage 1, stage points, of course, do not matter for our championship 4. I think that is pretty obvious. I mean, much like modern NASCAR, we have stage points quite literally not meaning anything, because it is all about where you finish. In fact, speaking of, the 9 is going to try to make a move right here. The 11 had a little bit slip up there, going off of turn 4, and now going into turn 1. The 9 is going to take the point. So from that, he's going to try to wash up the track, because you can see that 11 is going to get that high side momentum. That's going to carry him all the way down the backstretch. The 90 wanted to get a little 3 wide action right there. Has to at least know that he is going to be facing with the other championship contenders here. So because of that, all of these guys are trying to just race each other clean. Same thing with the 44 Fire Slayer. The 11 doing an excellent job on the high side. Honestly, if you're not racing that high side, I would give it a shot now, because that's starting to work on out for both the 11 and maybe even the 90 here, as that's going to pin the 1 on a lower angle. So all of these guys doing a really good job of playing nice here in the first stage. In fact, as well, when entering the corner, it really allows you it really forces you in order to run a much shallower line. So essentially, by virtue of running the high side, you have free reign of how you take your corner. It really works out if you want to go in slow in, fast out approach. But that's just me. Some people listen to me, some people don't. You know, that's their own prerogative. 5 laps to go here in stage 1. By the way, Nathan, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for coming on in. We actually just did a little bit of a thank you for everyone showing up and showing out for support for their streams and their favorite drivers here. So this is going to be a lot of fun here. As the top 5 is still going at it. The top 2 were able to break away, but the 11 is trying to get up to that high side yet again. The 9 is going to be hard blocking here. The 9 has said on multiple occasions that he is here to win a title. He wants to go and get this dub. He feels like he needs to win in order to validate himself in MRL. Of course, he is part of our friends over at Cobra. So thank you so much for... oh, it's a 90 plows the wall right there. The 44 going to get slow up behind. That's going to be him going to P5 there. 4 laps to go. Don't look now, though, but that 74 is a rocket ship right now. In fact, that is carrying the entire second pack forward to this front pack. So excellent job by these guys back here. The 51 being the caboose on this 4-car train. Almost raced, Nathan. Ah, dang, we wish we would have had you. And also, one thing I want to point out, though, is that this number 9 has the flu. I know we're on board with the 11, but that 9 just in front of him is racing sick. We have seen this multiple times in IRL sports, coming on in with the flu. Remember, Brad Keselowski actually won. Oh, what was that race that he won with the flu? But quite literally, it's almost as if when you are sick, you will focus on anything that is not literally being sick. So because of that, the 9 is really looking to have a good run here. The 11, though, getting onto the inside, that's going to allow the 9 to take that outside lane. And now that's going to be position lost by the 9. Now the 1's going to try to follow suit. A little bit of contact there, nothing too crazy, but only 2 laps to go in this early stage of the 90. Behind gets crazy loose. This is where the tires are going to be at their edge. There is going to be a possibility of a blowout because this is 2 to go. We have 1 more lap left. Oh my goodness, how did I miss this? 1 more lap coming to the end of the stage. Oh, no, never mind. That was the end of the stage. Never mind. So yeah, exactly. But very, very close to actually running on out. I was 1 lap short. Don't mind me. He won Atlanta with the flu. Thank you so much. But yeah, exactly. We have that 2019. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I knew he did it while having the flu. I was just making sure that I actually had my story straight. Hamilton is actually 1 lap down, by the way. I think he did actually have to pit. So unfortunate for him. There he is back here running a tribute to Ken Block. Unfortunately lost just yesterday. Crazy how that happened. So he is running a tribute scheme in that number 43 here. We have our top 10 here. Always Eric, Sauce, Cyber, Fireslayer, Chapman, top 5, Beatcomp, Xander, Baspa, Coyote, Just Ken as our top 10 for stage points. We're going to rack it and stack it again. And you're in the stands for it? Oh my goodness. Going to set him back up just to knock him down. Now a little bit of position change going in the back of the pack. Bass actually lost a position coming off of pit road there, so now he is going to be going into, at least I think he did. He may have finished the stage in P8. But now everyone's back up together again. We're looking to see who has what for stage 2. The 9 is going to get to the outside of the 11 here. The 11 so far has been proven to be one of the stronger cars here in this run. But with everyone stacked up together again, who will prove to be a contender here or a challenger in this Challenger Series? I'll be here all week. So with that, we have the 90 still side by side with the 44 right behind. So I was actually going on board with someone in the mid pack. The 98 of UK. Again, he actually did make the playoffs, but by virtue of just not showing up, he actually was quickly made a playoff exit. However, he still has a championship under his belt, so he has nothing to worry about. He, if you recall, won season 1. So because of that, he is very, very much in. Honestly, I've been thinking about doing a MRL Hall of Fame, so definitely he would be a contender for that. Sauce, though, looking P2, going to get a little sturdy with it, trying to force his way underneath the 11, but the 11 quickly closing the door. The 18, all the way back in P9, quickly finding himself out of championship range. Definitely, he needs something to happen here as we are quickly entering the long part of this race, which will be stage 3. The 90 underneath the 9 here, trying to make his way forward. The 74 as well, trying to make his way forward up into P5. Xander in the 10 as well. So we are quickly looking at a possible upset here. You may not have to win in order to win the title. You may just have to be in P2, P3 maybe, because quickly we are finding ourselves in position that a bunch of non-playoff drivers are actually in a winning shot here. All of them are still in the lead draft with a little bit of backup here. That is the 36 being the odd one out there, but the 93 of Packers, the 38 as well of Bush, and the 43 of Hamilton all finding their way back up here after the early stage one mishap. But going on through, the 9 again is trying to make his way to the outside of the 11. I know we are on board with that, but the 11 is going to quickly find his way back forward here. The 1 has actually lost a couple spots here. That would be a little concerning if this wasn't such a multi-groove track. You saw how quickly the cars were able to spread on out and then join back together. You have a strong leader, you will be able to make your way forward here. The 9 really forcing his way underneath the 11 here. I actually want to watch that on board with the 11, saying that, hey, you know, I'm down here. The 11 kind of came on down, made a little bit touch, so nothing too crazy. Trying to go on board with that for a hot second. The 9 back to the point. The 90 is going to follow. The 11 is now going to be in P3 of our podium spots here. The 1 still on the bottom here, as we are now finding ourselves as the top side being the preferred line. Everyone is quickly making their way to the top side in order to make up their spots, but it's a very delicate balance here. You don't want to do exactly what the 0 is doing, which is really take it a little bit too high. There is a fine line to where speed is as opposed to grip, as the 44 is going to get into the 10. They're going to go 3 wide. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide in front of it. They're 3 by 3 to 44, quickly backing on out, saying, I don't want anything to do with this. Oh my goodness, what a move by those guys. All quickly able to hold it steady. And the 90 as well, probably getting the worst of it, going from the podium spots all the way back to P10. Oh my goodness, the absolute scenes here. And through all of that, the 11 is up to the lead. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw that happen live, but everyone holding their own and able to hold it steady. Oh my goodness. And this is exactly why I love the Challenger Series so much. These drivers know exactly how to hold their vehicles in a position at any given time. In fact, actually, we were just talking about the 0 up there. He was actually able to avoid all of that by virtue of just staying high. So you know what? Screw that. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness me, that was absolutely bonkers. But again, the 9 and the 11, don't take that out of context. Going at it again and make that numerical cousins there. The 10 is in it. The 74. Oh my goodness. The 9, 10, and 11 all going at it right here. The 11 going a little bit too high. The 9 quickly slamming that door shut. As that we are now 3, 4 deep on the top side versus 2 on the bottom. The 10 of Xander trying to hold his own on the bottom. Really nowhere to go. The 0 is going to get into the 18. And the 18 is going to get into the wall over the 0. Backing on off saying, hey, I didn't mean to do that, man. But still the damage is done. And that means the 18 is out of this lead draft for stage 2. Now this race is this stage is far from over, as as we see a little bit of a bumper touching from the 9, 10, and 11 right here, and going on board the back. The 44 we just saw get crazy loose in the background. The 44 now in P8 right now is he's getting all over the place. This is insane racing, gentlemen. Oh my goodness, all of these drivers are absolute maniacs. But what a spectacle here for the final race of the season. So, absolutely coming on out and showing us a great time. That is exactly what the Challenger Series is all about. It's not about the points. It's not about the stats. It's about the friends you make along the way. Oh, man. And the frames you lose along the way, too. I don't know what happened there. The frames just absolutely just... they said, peace. I don't want anything to do with this. And I was looking at turn 3 and 4 with literally 2 frames a second. We have the 10 quickly finding his way to the top right here. You can see that the 10 will have a little bit of draft here moving forward. In fact, you can see just by virtue of running the top side, it seems a lot slower because it is actually technically, mathematically, it is actually a lot slower in order to run the top side. But the momentum that you gain here, especially as the tires wear, you want to be on the bottom as the run starts, and then shift your way up to the top as the run goes on. It's actually very realistic, very surprising on how this actually works. But you're going to see it here as from the 10 again. The 11 going to look down low. You can see that carrying all the way down, moving forward, getting a little bit draft with it. He could make a move to the bottom if he wanted to, but knowing that this is only stage 2, he's being very patient. Xander has told me multiple times earlier in the race that he wants to be playing this the long game. He wants to play the long game here. He doesn't want to make any enemies here in the stages. He wants to make his way up to the front. The big storyline is that 10 has been winless this entire season, very un-Xander-like. Meanwhile, on Saturdays, the 10 has already won twice in the first 3 races. So the tale of 2 series here, winless for 14 races in Challenger, but has won 66% of the races in Saturday so far. So again, it has been his note that he wants to get a win here in the last race, as long as it doesn't inconvenience the top drivers here. But still, you're going to see though that a lot of comers and goers. The goers have actually been, oh my goodness, oh, that could have been a big sandwich right there. The goers have been the one of Cyber. I know it's only been 4 spots drop, but still, as the run goes on, oh, I think we have a caution. We do. The 93 and the 43 maybe? I'm not quite sure what happened here to bring out the yellow, but the caution does end the stage a little early here. And just like that, we have a stage 3 on our hands. So let's kind of go on through our stage or top 10 here. We have Sauce, of course, Xander, always Eric B. Comp, Bass as our top 5. Chapman, Cyber, Just Ken, Fire Slayer, and Coyote running our top 10. Everyone below that looks like we have Little Dark Buck, Bush Fan. We also have Hamilton as well. Back here, Monster, Brian SP. UK as well, being P11, so it goes UK, Little Dark Buck, Bush, Hamilton, Packers, Monster, Brian SP as our remainder of the series, of the race. Stage 3 is on the way. 55 laps here. Now, this is critical. You can technically make it for fuel. It's the tires you have to worry about. If we go green, you will not have to. This is a 1-stop. If we go green, this is a 1-stop. But are you willing to risk it? Are you assuming that we're going to go green the entire way? Very, very interesting spot here for these drivers, especially if you are in the Championship 4. A very difficult decision if you actually want to look at it. Do you just go balls to the wall and just say, you know what, I don't care about tires, I'm going to go for it, and wherever I finish, I finish? Banking on a yellow? I don't know. Because think about it, ladies and gentlemen, we went 22 laps in stage 1, and these tires were shot. Some were on 4% wear. So, now, here we are with 55 laps in this race. And a strategy is in front of you. I don't know. This is a very difficult call, and I'm so glad I'm not down there racing with these guys, because it is not a call I would be prepared to make and lose. Of course, the safe bet is just go balls to the wall, and whatever happens, happens. But if you are able to make it work, you look like a hero. But then again, if you are on a Championship 4 or non-Championship 4 driver, like Chapman here, he is all the way here in P7, I do believe? Yeah, P7. What do? You're in mid-pack right now. Do you just kind of go balls to the wall as well, and wherever you finish, you finish? Or do you try to go for the win as well and save? it's a very interesting scenario here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, what do you guys, what would you do, knowing that you may have an entire stage go green? What do you do? I mean, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting scenario here. Because even then, even you are not guaranteed in order to go the entire distance. You have to be saving the entire time. And right now, I'm not even seeing anyone attempting to save here. So I don't know. Again, it's not a call I want to make. It is something that I'm just glad I get to be up here and not have to worry about. The 18 though, getting crazy loose, or actually, I think he actually hit the wall on turn 1, going from all the way from P5 all the way back down to P10. That may just kind of impact the strategy there for a little bit. The one of Cyber as well, making his way back forward to P5, and what a crazy battle is happening back here. Right here, the 22, the 43, the 61, and the 38 all going at it back here. This is P12, 13, 14, and 15, with a Monster being in P12, Hamilton being P13. That's that 43, again, paying tribute to Ken Block. Discord, I would talk about that for a second. Hamilton, apparently the caution was brought up by Hamilton, not quite sure exactly what happened, but in the Discord he did apologize. So because of that, looking to have a, well, I guess everything all forgiven. Of course, this is the final race of the season. After this race, it's a clean slate. We have 2 weeks off, and then back at it again at Daytona. But this time in the Cup cars. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Challenger is always a blast. Season 0, 1, 2, and now 3, and soon to be Season 4. Guys, this is our longest running MRL series to date. Challenger has also quickly exploded into the most popular. So Challenger is here to stay, and this all came about to have a little bit of reprieve from the season-long points and actually have a playoff actually in it. So definitely, everyone has their home here somewhere in MRL, whether it be Saturdays for the Cup Series, permanent, well, not permanent, but Saturdays, Sunday F1, Mondays or Tuesdays. It is definitely a blast here. So yeah, as we are just kind of ticking on down the laps, midway through this race, we actually are just now on lap 55. Again, these drivers are not appearing to be saving at all. And if they are, they're doing some techniques, some crazy techniques that I am unfamiliar with. But everyone basically being in one solid line. This is the top 10 with the 11th place of Coyote falling off of the wagon there. He's going to quickly fall into the clutches of the 22 and the 43 back there in P12 and P13. But our leader, though, is still Sauce, the one of Cyber making his way back forward into P4 with B Comp right behind him in P5. The 11 making his way up the hill a little bit. The one deciding not to poke his nose underneath, very heads-up driving of him. He could have done that and kind of forced his, the 11 out of the way, but quickly is finding himself in a position yet again here, just outside the podium place. 74 making a very low line. Very interesting how he is making his way around this track right here. 10 now getting loose. You definitely don't want to get out of line too early here because you will just get freight trained on the top. The 74, though, is going to be doing so right there as the 44, as well as the 90 right behind. But now this is that point where the top is now going to be starting to see a little bit of play. The 74, I know was forced out there, but this may actually be best for him because now the 44 is going to be running a very shallow line, and now that 74 is going to be able to get that that position back, and maybe even the position on the 1 if he wants to force it underneath. No, the 1 is now going to try to move to the top here as the 11 got forced out of line. Coming off of turn 4 here, you can just see the differing lines. I love that camera shot. But again, that turn 4 wall quickly jumps out at you and will absolutely just chew you up and spit you out. A little bit of a breakaway. We're starting to loosen drivers from this front pack. We have right behind the 18 is the oh the 9. Nope. Who is that? Man. Oh, that's the 0 of Just Ken, kind of almost losing touch with the front pack. The 98 is starting to do that as well, so we are quickly finding ourselves without the top draft of these drivers. What English is that, Patton? People are losing the draft. I don't know why that was so difficult to say. People are losing the draft. But because of that, everyone is still facing the conundrum of, do you pit early and just say, screw it, I'm going to go for 4? Because it looks like the one stop is out of the question now. Essentially, you are going to be stopping for tires. Tires is the aim of the game here. Do you just come in early and just kind of split in half, or sorry, thirds, or do you try to have your second stop be 2 tires, or maybe no tires, depending on when you want to come on in? This seems to be the question that we're going to be looking at here, as the strategy is ever evolving. And not only that, but you don't want to just follow the leader here. So like the 98 in this front pack is going to be the most liable to do something different. Who's going to be the first one to pull the trigger? So kind of looking at tire wear from both Bassbuck as well as Sauce. Sauce is looking at 7 laps on his fuel, so he actually underfueled his car a little bit. Meanwhile, Bass is looking at 10. Nothing too crazy, but still a difference is a difference. And so now we have a very interesting tire wear dilemma. Sauce is actually a lot tighter than his compatriots that he's racing with, as the 1 gets crazy loose up there. Oh my goodness, so let's step away from strategy, and now the 11, oh my goodness, oh, hitting the wall goes the 18 into turn 1, but it actually made it work out for him, because now he was able to just gas it up. He lost some track position, but nothing too crazy here, as now the 1 being on the bottom, going from P3 now to P6, maybe even to P7, as the 0 is now trying to make his way up front. The 90 on the top side, that door is going to close! Oh, and now hitting the outside wall goes at 90. That's going to open the door for the 18, drafting his way up top, but that door is going to close again. Oh my goodness, the aggression, this final stage of the season, drivers are just saying, you know what, we're going to go for it. We're just gonna send her, bud. Hamilton going to split this into 2/3 here. I'm pretty sure the 22 Monster did the same, so he is going to be pitting a little bit early. Brian SP has called it a race engine failure for him. Sauce still leading here. These drivers are going to be coming on down sooner rather than later with tire wear issues. Sauce is on 6%. He's probably going to be coming on down this lap. Look for him to be making that, that little signal right there. So it looks like some drivers are going to be coming on down. The 18 is going to be doing that same as well. He actually could have stayed on out a little bit longer. So now these drivers are really going to watch themselves, as we are seeing people come on down. The 74 hitting the outside wall there, kind of getting out of sorts for drivers getting out of the way. That puts the 10 up into the lead right here. And now we have a decision tree here. This may be great news if you are a fan of Sauce or Bassbuck, because now they're going to be having free reign here. Who's going to be pitting now? The 11 and the 1. So we saw 2 of the 4 of championship contenders pit last lap. Now we're doing it here this lap. The 44, everyone is going to be going up high to kind of get on out of the way. Now, this front pack is going to remain to only 3. Aggression by the 90 coming. Oh, he missed pit road. Oh, the 90 missed pit road. Oh my goodness, I thought that was a miracle that he made it on the pit road like that, but he didn't. Now this top spot is now going to be contested by only 2 drivers, as we see the 0 of Just King going to be coming on down this time. The 44 and the 10 not pitting. So, oh wow, I guess the 0 just wasn't pitting. That may have been a fake. Probably wanted to see what the other drivers would do. On board with our other drivers, the 9 and the 18 are P10 and P11 right here. So that actually worked out marvelously for both of those drivers, trying to make up into the... they make up their way through the field, and now we are seeing the 10 coming on down this time, so there we go. No? Oh, he's slow. The 10 is slow, I think. Oh, what is the 10 doing? I'm not sure. The 10 is very slow here in this run. He may be trying to do that one stop. That is very interesting. I don't know. It's very, very, very risky. Like I said, if a caution comes on out, you are screwed. As we just kind of looking on through the field, the 44 came on down. Looks like the 90 also came on down as well. The 98 as well doing the same. Looks like the 11 was able to get past the 18. And now you can be Championship 4 all within a line right there. The 74 as well trying to get below the 98. As the 10 is now down pit road this time. So now the 9 is running all by his lonesome. Now this is going to be a true test on pace. The 11 is going to be by himself. The 9 is by himself. Who is the faster car? The 9 or the 11? And even then, it may come on down to the drivers that are right behind them. The 18 as well as the 1. And even then, it may be all about maybe a non-championship contender, like the 74 back here, as he is trying to get into the draft of these two in order to have a shot at a little something. The 90 of Chapman, who he saw miss pit road, very unfortunate for him. The 51 of Coyote up here as well. The lead goes back to the 9, I do believe. Actually, hang on, hold up. Oh, actually, the 93 of Packers is actually our leader right now. So here comes Packers coming on down pit road. Remember, he has to really watch himself, as now the 10 is coming on down this time. I'm not sure exactly what happened here, but now Packers is going to be in on pit road as our leader. So this may actually open the door for some kind of strategy here. The 10 is going to be hitting his box first. Again, not sure what happened between those drivers there. Blew a tire and missed pit road. Xander, not like this. What has been with you and Tuesdays, man? You and Tuesdays are just not feeling it. Well, unfortunate for that, the 93 of Packers is probably as well. He's also in a really good position right here. He actually can have a little here for these Championship 4, because he's probably setting himself up for a 2-tire stop coming out of this next stage. Or not this next stage, this next cycle of pit stops. Now, some drivers underfueled here. I'm looking at the fuel amount for a lot of these drivers, and I know for sure Sauce underfueled. He will be the first one to come on down. But he's lighter, he's faster, and because of that, he's able to actually hold his own up here for at least for a little bit. Now, eventually, the 11 and the 18, as well as the 1, and now look at the 74, will also make his way up through this field and up to that 9. But by then, it will probably be time for another cycle of pit stops. And if he chose his pit stop or his strategy correctly by 2 or 4, he may walk away with the title here. The 74 now going to get a little aggressive, take it to the high side, try to make a little something happen. Now pinning the 1 on the white line, and actually that will allow him to get the position probably as they enter turn 1 here. The 74 looking to the high side, the 1 again being pinned down, but this outside will quickly turn into the preferred line right here. Watch this, we're going to be on board with the 18 here, but watch the 74 here. Get a little bit of the draft, get a little of the draft, get a little of the draft, looking to clear, and he's clear. So that is exactly how you make the positions quickly and efficiently. The 74 is someone to watch here, already setting his sights on the 18. There we go, that may actually be the position for that. What's going on, Gavin? Long time no see. How many to go? Just in time. We actually just hit a quarter of the race left. 25 laps to go. So because of that, the 74 of B-Comp here, definitely someone to watch on out. He has been fast all race long, but It's all going to be about when he can catch this traffic. Right there. That's exactly what he wants. He wants to get to that outside. Oh, so close to that wall. And now the 74 is going to be pickpocketing his way, just stealing those positions. To the outside he goes, to the preferred line on the backstretch for the draft from the 11. That should be position made by the 74, and the 18 gets reverted back to P4. As we take a break from this lead pack, going on board with a little bit of, oh my goodness, a little crazy loose by the 22 back here. The 38 and the 44, I do believe this is for P11. I could be mistaken. Bush to the outside, Fire Slayer as well. Trying to go 3 wide, but hitting a little bit of the outside wall there. Nothing too crazy, nothing too sour. The 38, though, running to the outside, trying to make that outside work. The 44 as well. Remember, he was up in that top spot. He must have sped or maybe missed pit road or something, because now he's back here with the 38 and the 22. Now running, trying to take it 3 wide, just saying, hey, you know what? I don't want to be any part of this. Taking it to the middle and now to the outside. Right there, the 22 now going to be reverted, I do believe, into P12. Just behind them, though, was the 10. There he is with the 93 of Packers. Both of these drivers working their own magic here. The 10, though, I shouldn't. You know what? Let's just get away from that so he doesn't hit the wall anymore. The 61, a little dark buck as well. I do believe Packers could be in P16. Here is P6, as the top 5 is just in front. That is UK. Just behind him is the is Coyote. Sorry, just Ken, and then Coyote, and all that. There we go. My bad. I apologize. We have the bots, ladies and gentlemen. This race is official, so don't look now. But here we are. The 74 looking to the outside here. Again, these guys will have to pit one more time. Do you take 4? Do you take 2? Are you Gucci? I do believe we have another person out of this race. A little Dark Buck has called it a night for his engine failure here. So because of that, the 74 must have gotten a little bit too wide, because now here he is all the way back into P5. Now, coming on through for the end of this cycle, Sauce will be the first one to come on down pit road. That will be great news for him, because I can assume he's going to take 4. He's going to be just absolutely steaming through all this traffic. But that 11 has probably the most fuel out of everyone here. Probably combine that with Bassbuck and the 1. So when do they come on down? Do you take 2? Do you take 4? Sauce is already working on 19% right front. He is tight. He's got to loosen this thing up here for this final run here, because look at the pack quickly closing in on him here. Now everyone is just wanting to play nice, just draft a little bit here. The 18 is going to get a little aggressive because we have the top 4 all within the championship positions. All top 4 are our final 4 contestants. Who and what will be the winning strategy here? The 74, I think, has also recognized that he is in the top 4 sandwich. He doesn't want to exactly play a factor here. But he will... Oh, the 74 is going to throw his strategy right there. He is going to pit. Very interesting call right there by being the first one to come on down. Sauce probably has to react right here, because I'm sure he wants to win this race. Not sure. The 18... Oh, I thought that was a move. Not sure at all. The 43 looks like has already made his stop for the final time here. And just for reference, as they come on around, I'll be able to tell you how many laps to go. There will be a little bit of delay, so give me one hot second. I know they crossed the line now, and we have 16 laps to go. And Sauce is on 2 laps of fuel left. He's going to be coming on down this time. At least I'm assuming so. Yep, there's a signal. Same thing with the 18. And same thing, I do believe, with everyone but the 11. Very interesting strategy for the 11 here to go contrary to what they're all doing here. So coming on into this final stop, make sure you don't speed. That is going to be priority number one. We're going to be looking at all this right here. And I do believe, and I do declare, I think everyone was able to make it. We're going to be on board with all of these drivers here to see if they all made it. This will be this all-important final stop. Who is going to take 2? Who's going to take 4? I can almost guarantee everyone's going to take 4. So we're going to be on board with Cyber here because he has a great shot of everyone here. The 18 on the very left of your screen. I know there's still cars going on around the track, but this is the final 4. Everyone. Oh, Sauce! No, he sped! Oh, Sauce! Just like that, one of our 4 is done. And that is all that remains. The 18, the 1, and the 11. All of these drivers, the top 3 are now the ones left. And Sauce will have to look for a caution to come on out in order for something to happen. But Bass had the best stop of his life. And this may prove to be the best thing possible because the 74 is now in front of him. That's draft right there. He needs that. The 74 has been able to jump them all and be able to be in front. Now the 18 has mission critical. Stay in that draft and make sure that the 1 and the 11 do not catch up. Pitch perfect lines. He has to really 100% make sure he is going to be A-okay here because this race is far from over. So, take a quick break from this. Here's the top 4 as we are going to be cycling on through here. So, quick break from that. There is Sauce on board with the 90. Sauce is right behind the 9. I can't imagine. You can tell he's driving angry. He is... I would be gutted, too. I would be gutted. Oh, anyway, so because of that, you have the 9 all the way back here, still racing for a top 10. So this race is far from over, but still, that puts him all the way back in P14. Holy cow! Yeah, crazy how this race is unfolding. We have the 0 as our leader right now. So as this is unfolding right here, I know this is unfolding here, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, we're just gonna say on board with this. I know they're still racing on board right here, but Just Ken currently is our leader, but this is for the championship. Thank you all so much for coming on out. We are quickly approaching 11 laps to go in this race, or 10 laps to go as they come on around this time. Just Ken is our leader in the 0. He is, as these guys are coming on around, and there he is. He's actually on pit lane, so that lead will cycle to someone else. I will let you know as soon as that happens. So the leaders here have just now unlapped themselves. So by virtue of that, we're looking to see who is going to take the lead here, because Bass currently is in P3. Let's see here. As they come on around here, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm waiting for the leader. Lead change to happen somewhere. Eventually, it's going to happen. All right, screw it. Never mind. I guess he's also on pit road. It is going to be the 18 as our leader. Oh, sorry, never mind. Packers is the leader. All right, I apologize. Packers in the 93 is our leader. There he is. He's that white car just up in front. He still needs a pit, so he is probably going to quickly get overtaken here by our leaders here. In fact, no, there goes the 10 of Xander. So the 93 is still our leader as we are coming on through. But the laps are ticking. Can you hear the clock? They are just tick, 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 ticking on down the laps as we are coming on around this time for 8 laps to go. I would be nervous as all get out for these drivers. The top 3 all have had multiple wins combined between each other. But it's all going to come on down to the final few laps here. The 18 versus the 1 versus the 11. Who is going to have it? The 74 as well may play a factor in on this race. Coming out of turn 2, that's going to quickly turn to the outside. The 11, the 18 quickly going to the inside. He wants that that draft given to the 1, and now this is probably going to be mission critical for the 18. He knows how aggressive the 11 is going to be in order to get around him. The 18 is going to have to hold a steady wheel, and this is going to be absolutely close here, ladies and gentlemen. The 74, though, is going to be playing a factor here because he is P4. And not in the title fight, mind you, but he is looking to have some kind of good result here. The 11 looking to the outside, maybe to the inside here and going to turn 3, maybe not. Going on through turn 3, 4, only 5 more times here coming on around for 5 laps to go. The 11. One thing I don't want to see, and I hope it doesn't happen, is a bump and run. But what we are going to be looking at here is the 1 quickly losing ground with that top spot, but that 74 may just say, you know what, you had your chance in order to make something happen, and you are losing touch with these drivers. The 18, though, running a perfect line. He's doing everything he needs to do, but that 11, though, is going to get to the outside. What's going to happen here? Going on to 4 laps to go, going into turn 1, the 11 is going to hold high. That 18 has to take that line. If he wants to hold that, he has to take it. And now the 11 is going to have the outside right here. 4 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. As we are quickly rounding up this race. What's going on, Clay? The 11 kind of surging forward a little bit of lag spike right there. The 18, a little bit of touch. Oh, they're going to wind each other up the wall. Oh, my goodness. Very, very close. The 1 is now going to try to get to the outside. Absolute scenes here. The 18 getting really tight off that corner. Now it's going to be the 11 trying to do the exact same thing. Hold his own against the 1. That may have been exactly what the 18 needed. This is 3 laps to go. And look at that. Just by virtue of that draft, the 1 is able to hold his own. Lap traffic will play a factor. We have the 93 and the 10 on in the way. The 93 saying, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with this. He's pitting, getting it done. The 10 as well, staying up high. So it's just saying, hey, you know what? You guys run it yourselves. This is 2 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolute scenes. Bassbuck has never been a MRL champion for the Challenger Series. He actually won in the sportsman side. But this is different. This is 1 race, 1 treasure at the end of it all. 1 more lap, and this is going to get crazy here, ladies and gentlemen. Who and what is going to happen? The 11 getting crazy loose. He's going to have 1 more opportunity at it, but we're going to be looking on through because Cyber is now to the outside, coming on through to the outside. A little bit of touch. They touch. Going onto the backstretch. There's going to be a little bit of side draft. The 18 has to hold his own. The 1 hitting the wall. Oh my goodness, he spins. Going on through, going off of turn 4. The 11 is there, but he's not going to hold it. Going on through to the end of the line. The 18, Bassbuck, is going to be your Season 3 champion. Wow. Holy God, my heart's pounding. Of course, you have to feel gutted for Sauce, the 9 of Sauce, by speeding there at the end of the line. Took himself, oh, not himself, unfortunately he was ran into, I watched the replay, but still, taken on out at the end of the run, finishing P8 after all of that. I would be gutted. I would be absolutely gutted there at the end of that run. But still, Sauce, excellent run this entire season. And now here we are at the end of this race. Congratulations, the 18 Bassbuck, your Season 3 Challenger champion. He was nowhere in the stages the entire time. He was nowhere in the stages, nowhere near his championship for compatriots. But he was able to go and have a very strong, sturdy line. And as we just wait on through the full results right here. Please scroll down if you're listening. Please scroll down. I want to see full results so I can do points and stats. Um, oh my goodness. I'm on board with Sauce on Bassbuck. Please scroll down so I can see the bottom 11th through 17th. Damn, I think we missed it. Oh well. Either way, congratulations to our top three. Unfortunately, Cyber at the end by tagging the 18. I'm not sure exactly what happened. He actually got the fastest lap, but whiffed it on a round, and because of that, that is exactly how the cookie crumbles. So let's get our championship our top three up in here. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. All right, so let's get our top three up in here. All right, well, everyone had a all three of these drivers are actually very, very close to one another. I only had to scroll down a couple places. But as we go on through, we only have the top 10. Unfortunately, we missed out on 11 through 17, but nothing too crazy here. Let's kind of go on through our top 10 at least and see where everything is. So apologies as I kind of already lost the stream. Uh, Come on, load for me. There we go. It goes Bassbuck, always Eric, B Comp P3, Just Ken P4, UK P5, Fireslayer P6, Cyber. After that, P7, P8 goes to Sauce, P9 goes to Bushfan, and Coyote P10. Again, we don't have anyone below that, unfortunately, but no harm, no foul. So let's talk about it. I think we are still waiting on our championship, rest of our championship contender here, but we can start with our winner here. Bass, you got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do.
Well, Bass, your nickname amongst some people is Choky. I don't know how you feel about that now because that was the one thing you didn't do today. But so first of all, let's start off with the obvious. How are you feeling?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I have conflicting emotions, but wow, I don't know. I was in trouble there, so I was just doing my best Joey Logano impersonation, and man, I don't know. I don't know. I have conflicting emotions, but because I feel bad if I hit or saw us on pit road. I did it on my screen, but I think I don't know. I don't know if I made him speed or not. So I really feel bad about that. If I did, like that's terrible. So kind of think about that, but you know, championship. It's just what a battle that was.
Yes, coming to the end of the race, as close as you guys were, all three of you at the end. You were actually, I will say, nowhere near your competitors in the stages. What'd you do to the car that it kind of elevated it to the next level? Because it seemed like a switch was flipped in stage three.
Um, I don't know. I just kind of kept getting in stuff in stages, and every time I would make ground back up, I just get in some kind of kerfuffle and went to the back. But I don't know. I really have no idea what happened in that final stage. All of a sudden, I was third in a great position. I guess a lot of people sped or what. Obviously, one did, but I don't know, man. That was crazy. I don't no words.
Um,
But,
so well, no words, but definitely. I mean, let's talk about how you were feeling there with the battle on the line. Have you ever have you ever in that situation with the three of you being so close, one mistake in that final 15 laps? I'm sure was heart pounding. What were you thinking for the final 15 laps?
don't choke, because I do that a lot. Um, yeah, I was just trying to hold the bottom, and because I don't know, they were faster than me, no doubt, but I don't know. Man, that was I don't know. I can't believe I didn't choke. That's just amazing. But yeah, couple of fellows are mad at me, but I mean, I don't know. I raced for a championship, and I mean, I didn't do anything intentional. We were just racing. And 11, I don't know. He has no room to talk. I don't really feel bad about him, but I do feel. I don't really know what happened to Cyber. I have no idea. I'm not really sure. If I did,
Actually,
maybe.
I can't speak for Cyber because he already messaged me on that. He just said he just misjudged the crossover. He was trying to
Yeah.
get underneath you going into turn three, um, like as in like he was trying to turn in before you would because he was trying to think you were going to go slow in, fast out, or just charge the corner. So he was going to back off earlier and just get underneath you,
Yeah.
but just misjudged it. So that's what happened with Cyber.
Well,
But
yeah.
I mean, we can always look back on what happened with Sauce. But at the end of the day, that doesn't change that you won. So,
Yeah,
congrats, man.
that's awesome. Yeah, I really wanted this. I really enjoyed this season. I love the Xfinity cars. I really wanted it. It's cool, man. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped, but I just feel terrible if I made Sauce speed. That's just that. I mean, I don't even know. I'd be so mad if I was him. So that's just kind of on my mind. So just conflicting emotions here, but
Well,
pretty
I
cool,
mean,
man.
that's what DMs are for. So we'll have to see on that. But either way, congrats, Bass. Season one
Yes, sir.
Sportsman champion, as well as season three challenger. I know Cup cars are next season, but we'll see. Hopefully, if you do return, let's see what you
Not
can
looking
do.
forward to that, but we'll
Well,
be
I
there.
mean, it's the Cup cars, so I mean, I know not a
I
lot of people
mean,
are.
I got my shit. I got my championship in Xfinity, so I'm good now. We're good.
Well, there we
I'm
go.
fine. That's it.
So excellent job there, Bass, getting actually winning like he did in the first race, all the way in the last in the title. Regular season champ wins the title. Excellent job. We do have one other person here that we need to talk about. I don't think Eric will be joining us. I can totally
I
understand
think
why.
he's a little upset.
I would be too, honestly. But hey, it's a season finale. The tensions are high, emotions are high. But we do have B Comp in this, so let's go over to the number 74. B Comp, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing all right. Well, I'll tell you what, B Comp. Stage one was a little scuff for you, but stage two, the afterburners kicked on. You have been a absolute monster this entire season. Just a little unlucky there at Texas, not getting as many stage points, and then with Sauce winning, kind of kicked you on out of the playoffs. This race was essentially a just a I guess I'm not saying walk in the park because of course you wanted to win and you came dang close to that. And I just wanted to ask. I mean, knowing what was in front of you, I mean, how was the action out there? I mean, Las Vegas has his highs and lows multi-group track. What was it like from you?
Well, I just didn't want to get into anybody or mess up the race. I mean, they're racing for a championship. I would have liked to won the race. When the 18 and the 1 got together, I could have dived to the bottom and tried to go around both of them. But the thing is, it's making it three wide. I didn't know what was going to happen with the 1. And that's so I lifted out of the throttle, which I messed up Eric a little bit, but he ended up getting by. He had the 10 was in his way there for a little bit, and eventually he got clear, but it was kind of they everybody ran out of time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just seemed like what a separation that you guys had between the rest of the field. It was literally you as the top, or sorry, it was the top five with Sauce included at the end of um, sorry about that. With the end of the first stint in stage three, um, and we also have the top four then at the end of the second stint, and you were part of all three. And I feel like at that point, he's like, you know what? I mean, you could have gone for the win. You clearly had a car to win, but that takes a lot in order to just put a little bit on the brake pedal and just like, hey, you know what? I'm not racing for a title. They are. So props to you. I don't know if I could have done that.
Well, I was hoping to get out ahead of them enough that I didn't, well, the tires equalized quick enough where I wouldn't have had to been in that situation. But when I seen Buck coming out, and I'm like, man, all right. So I fought Buck for a little bit there to try to hold on to the lead. But after he cleared me, I just went to the outside and let the championship guys go, and then just rode and was going to see what happened and went from there, you know. It took a
Yeah.
while to get up there because I qualified 11th. So after getting by everybody and all the little scrambles and things, the long run really helped because I had a really good car.
Well, and just like that, I mean, you had an excellent season. Overall, I mean, like I said, just missing out a little bit on the championship four. Still, you had a wonderful run, and to complete it with a podium in order to add already to your list of podiums. I actually need to find you on the stat sheet because honestly, you were one of the contenders, and honestly, you were one of my picks earlier on in the race. But just coming up 2 spots short. This is your third podium for the season, by the way. So excellent job, B Comp. Hopefully, we can see what you can do next season in season four.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Thank you, sir.
Well, there we go. And like I said, I don't think the 11 will be joining us tonight, so that will complete us here for tonight. Very strangely, Challenger is done for this week, or for 2 weeks, I should say. However, we'll be back in action on Saturdays and Mondays, and with F1 smack dab in the middle. So the remaining series will be back, and then Challenger will start its brand new season here in 2 weeks. So excellent work by everyone watching, everyone racing. Again, thank you all so much for showing the support for the stream, showing support for the drivers that take time out of their day in order to come here and put on a show for everyone to watch and for me to literally lose my voice at. So, with that, thank you all so much for coming on out, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.